Alright, I got another trick tip for you guys today. As you saw in the title, I'm going to try to teach you how to frontside board slide. This is another one of my favorite tricks as far as slides on rails go. I think it's one of the coolest feeling slides, and I'm pretty consistent at them, so I figured this is a good trick tip to do. Unlike the nollie flip, I think this one is more of a beginner slash maybe intermediate trick, but usually one of the first slides you would learn. Obviously, there's a lot of different combos you can do with this, just like any other slide or grind, but I'm gonna just teach you how to do a front board back to regular. It's supposed to rain soon, so hopefully I can get through this quick. But because this is more of a beginner trick, I'm gonna just explain it real quick. I'm sure most of you know what it is. So I ride goofy, right foot forward. I'm gonna be approaching the rail front side. That's why it's a frontside board slide, because the rail's in front of me. Even though you're turning backside, the rail's in front of you, so it's a frontside slide. So pop on, slide, turn and land. Frontside board slide. Some tricks you should know before tackling this one. I would say backside board slide. I think it's a lot easier to learn. It's a lot less scary. And a backside 180. Even though you're only turning 90 to get on the rail, you got to know that motion of turning backside. So know your backside 180s and have your backside board slides pretty much on lock so that you're comfortable sliding on a rail. So if you've got those down and you think you're ready to try this one, the first thing you got to do is find yourself a flat bar, one that you're comfortable with. So probably one that you've board slid before. Also a comfortable height for you, whether it's like this, I think this is just over a foot, or if it's shorter, just whatever you're comfortable with. I will say this is a round one. A square one is probably a lot easier to learn on. It's just easier to balance, but at the beginning, I don't think you're gonna be sliding too long anyway. Once you've found yourself a good flat bar, the next step is to just make sure it's waxed. You don't wanna stick on this one. I don't wanna stick on anything, but I know a lot of people are kind of afraid of wax. I always say it's better to slip out rather than stick. I always get a lot more injured when I stick on a rail or a ledge for that matter. But yeah, make sure it slides good. Test it out with your board. Just make sure it's not sticky. Okay, it's actually starting to rain, but I think I'll be okay for a little bit. So I'm gonna get right into teaching you now. First, I'm gonna do one quick. I usually just try to do the trick that I'm doing a trick tip on first try. This one should be no problem. Like pretty much all of my trick tip videos, I recorded a bunch of B-roll first. There's slow-mos, there's POV, a bunch of angles. I just try to do it so that you guys can get the best idea. So like I mentioned earlier, because it's front side, you're gonna be approaching with the rail in front of you. I'm goofy, so I would be on this side. I'll flip some of the clips so you guys can see what it's like in a regular stance if you skate regular. So you could take it slow at first. I usually go slow when I'm learning things, and then the speed comes with more comfort. Basically what you're gonna do is you're just gonna pop a 90-degree backside turn and you're gonna land right in the middle of the board, just like a backside board slide, except you're sliding the opposite way. I guess I'll start with the most common mistakes, and the biggest one would be leaning too forward, so too much this way. If you're leaning too forward, the board goes out like that and you just kind of slip out and the board goes flying. I tried to do some examples of it. It's kind of hard to do on purpose, but it does still happen to me, so I should have some clips in there. You don't have to ollie as high as the rail. I think that's a given, but you're just getting your front truck over, landing on the middle of the board, and then standing up on it. You kind of just want to have your posture like straight up, not too forward, not too back. I didn't get any examples of this, but if you lean too back, then the board kind of just sticks, which is another common thing. It's easy to stick if you're not leaning right. If you lean too far back this way, then the board will stop and your body will fall back. Also, I didn't mention this because I just wasn't really thinking of it, but for foot positioning, you basically just want to be in your comfortable ollie foot positioning, whatever that is for you, because essentially you're just ollieing on to the rail. So you're gonna start at a comfortable speed for yourself. If you're kind of scared of it, start slow. The first thing you want is just the commitment. Even if you just you know, this flat bar moves a bit, but if you use a skate park one, it won't. But just try to get your board to contact the rail like that with your feet on it. That's a good starting point if you are scared. I also want to mention that it could help a lot to try it on a ledge first. It's definitely a different feel because you can't flatten out the board, but it'll give you a lot of confidence just to keep your feet on it. But yeah, doing it on a ledge is a little bit different. But anyway, yeah, comfortable speed. You're just gonna pop an ollie, get your front truck over, and aim for the middle of the board. It helps me a lot to look at where I want to land, so I'm looking ahead as I'm riding up to it at the spot that I want to hit. I do that with everything, like grinds, slides. It just helps me to picture where I want to get on. Also, I approach very parallel, like maybe a slight angle, but I'm pretty parallel to the rail. So you just want to do like a perfect 90 onto it. I wouldn't really approach it from a big angle because you'll probably end up, like if you're coming from here and you pop onto a front board, you'll probably end up sliding over like that. So try to approach it as parallel as you can. So now for balancing, once you're actually on the front board, I already mentioned this, but basically you want your posture straight up. You want to stand on the rail. Don't lean too forward, don't lean too back, just good posture, which actually brings me to another good point about mistakes that people make. So because you're popping and turning backside, it's really easy to keep turning, like keep your shoulders closing so the board will kind of shift, which is why actually I notice a lot of people when they learn this, they kind of just fall out to fakie first. When I go to fakie, I usually still try to like keep it parallel and then really quick just turn out. That's a common problem. So to fix that, to stop following through with a back 180 essentially, when you're on the rail, I'll show this in the slow-mos and stuff so you can really see it. Your head is kind of looking over your right shoulder. For regular would be your left shoulder, but you're looking behind you. I think I kind of look at the rail. I don't look straight ahead of me, but my head is like this. So what that does is it stops your shoulders from continuing to close, which will make you like shift into like a full 180 or whatever. You can over rotate it a little bit. It won't be a big deal. Like I do tweak out my front boards a lot sometimes and it's not on purpose, but because I'm looking that way, I'm able to swing back to regular. And since I'm teaching you guys how to come back out to regular, I think that's a key factor in it. Usually I find it easier when you do longer frontside board slides to turn out of it. On this rail, I don't do them too long. I can't get on right at the beginning. So sometimes I even don't end up turning quick enough, but it is a really quick motion. So you gotta kind of keep your eyes on the end of the rail. Know when you're gonna hit the end, and then you do just a quick turn. So it would be a front side turn. So you're popping on backside, but then you're turning front side to get out. That's why it could be difficult or more difficult to go to regular than to fakie. Basically just keeping your eyes looking over that front foot shoulder, whether that's your left or your right, should help you to turn out easier. There's honestly not much more to this. Once you've got the balance and the look over the shoulder and you're comfortable sliding, and you can start by just kind of tapping it too, but I do find that a little bit more difficult to turn out because it's just quick. Whatever you're comfortable with, just work your way up. But yeah, after you've got all that down, all it is keeping your feet on and committing. Just trust yourself and don't be afraid of the rail and don't be afraid of wax. Super fun trick. Like I said, you might end up learning it to fakie first just because that kind of happens automatically. But once you've got it down, coming out to regular, obviously you can do a bunch of combos and stuff. You can do fakie front boards, which I don't do enough, so I didn't film one today, but you could learn to do it properly to fakie where you're not just falling out of it. Front board shove, that's actually become one of my favorites recently, and I used to hate that trick. It was really difficult for me, but I've gotten super comfortable with it now because I've just spammed it over the last few months. But yeah, it's a fun trick to have, and I think they look really steezy, so just have fun with it. Hopefully that helped you out if you're looking to learn this one or even just improve at it. It's definitely a trick you should have in your bag. I'm gonna add all the raw clips and the slow-mos in at the end in case you guys want to break it down even more for yourselves. If this helped you out at all, consider subscribing, leave a like. If you have this trick on lock already, maybe leave a comment with your own tips, maybe something that I missed. And as always, Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, also, I have a playlist going of other trick tips if you want to check that out. See you guys in the next one. I'm doing another one. Almost hit the camera. Damn. Fuck. Keep leaning forward over my toes. Oh my god, my feet are slipping. Oh, fuck it.